Welcome back to our channel, where every story is inspired by real events shared by our subscribers. We bring these stories to life with full detail, exploring the emotions, choices, and consequences behind every experience. New stories are posted daily, so settle in and prepare for a journey into the human heart. Today's story is about a man who realized that respect and love can't be demanded, they have to be given freely. After years of trying to keep his marriage alive, he finally faced the quiet but painful truth. He was the only one still putting in the effort. This is his journey of self-respect, boundaries, and reclaiming his life. I've always believed that a man's worth isn't measured by his paycheck or the size of his biceps, but by how he carries himself, the quiet confidence, the respect he earns without raising his voice. I never had to demand attention. I built my life on discipline, on knowing my value, and on not chasing what should be freely given. But marriage has a way of testing even the most disciplined man. I'm Nathan and my wife Claire, and I had been together for 8 years. When we met, it was fire at first sight. Claire was witty, confident, and unafraid to call me out when I was wrong. She laughed at my dry humor, and she had this way of pulling me into her world with a smile, a kiss, or a sudden hug when I walked in the door. Our connection was the kind other couples envied. Somewhere along the line, though, it started to fade. Not abruptly, but slowly, almost imperceptibly, like the sun setting until you're left in the dark. First, it was little things. "I'm too tired," she'd say. "Not tonight." Life is busy, I understood that. But over the past year, those little refusals became the norm. Morning kisses became cheek presses. At night, when I tried to pull her close, she'd say she was already comfortable. I could count the number of times she initiated anything physical in 6 months on one hand. I tried to bridge the gap. I planned date nights, booked weekend getaways, even surprised her with flowers. She'd smile politely, maybe say, "Thank you," but the wall between us never budged. The simple gestures that had defined our marriage, the hand on the chest while passing in the kitchen, curling up together during a movie, vanished. And then you notice the other things. She spends more time scrolling her phone at night than talking to me. She pours herself a second glass of wine and retreats to the bedroom under the guise of reading. Her laughter with friends sounds freer, lighter, more alive than it ever does at home. It's not about being needy. It's about the baseline, affection. When that disappears, you lose more than touch. You lose the sense of being wanted. Last Thursday was the turning point. I'd had a terrible day at work. Deliveries late, orders wrong, endless emails from my boss. I came home aching but still looking forward to seeing Claire. Even if the spark had dimmed, I believed in showing up. She was on the couch, legs tucked beneath her, eyes glued to her phone. A quick "hey" as I walked in, then back to scrolling. I leaned down, brushed her hair back, leaned in for a kiss, and barely got a brush of her lips. "That all I get?" I asked lightly. "I'm just not in the mood," she said, setting her phone aside. Pause. "It's just a kiss, Claire." "I know, but I'm tired. My head's all over the place." Her tone wasn't fatigue, it was detachment. That voice people use when they've already decided your needs don't matter. I straightened, staring at her. She shifted, uncomfortable under my gaze, and picked up her phone again. That was it. No fight. No explanation. Just dismissal. Something clicked inside me. I stopped trying. I didn't pout or argue. I didn't attempt to fix the moment with humor or touch. Just stop. People think a breaking point comes with drama, a betrayal or screaming match. For me, it came in silence. In that quiet moment, I realized I was the only one still trying to keep this connection alive. That night, lying in bed, I didn't reach for her. I stared at the ceiling and let the truth sink in. Claire could live without my affection, and I could live without her indifference. The turning point isn't rage. It's clarity. The next move would be mine, not for revenge, but for reclaiming myself. The next morning I moved differently. No greetings, no small talk. We existed like strangers in our own home. I poured my coffee, she scrolled her phone, and I observed. Calculating. This wasn't about punishing her. It was about reclaiming my energy. Step 1. Stop treating her distance as something I needed to fix. Months of effort had yielded nothing. She'd made her choice. Made mine. Step 2. Establish practical boundaries. Evenings were mine. I didn't rush to greet her. Didn't wait to see if she wanted to join. I worked in the garage, went for a jog, read in the den. My life ran on my schedule, not hers. Step 3. Redirect attention. Her dramas, TV choices, and habitual conversations that demanded my focus. I politely disengaged. Step 4. Adjust finances. I stopped covering extras. Spa days, salon appointments, takeout. Not out of spite, but because I wouldn't continue investing in someone giving me less than the bare minimum. Step 5. Reclaim myself. Gym, hiking, weekends with friends. My activities became mine alone. No asking, no accommodating her schedule. In weeks, the shift was palpable. Claire noticed. Glances, subtle attempts to draw me back. None worked. The old rhythm no longer existed. My attention, once taken for granted, became scarce, and that scarcity unsettled her. By the third week, my plan was precise. Finances separate, schedule full, mind clear. I wasn't angry, just resolved. I left a neatly typed note and bank statement on the counter. Joint card closed, subscriptions and appointments now her responsibility. Her reaction was predictably dramatic. "What is this supposed to mean?" she demanded. "Exactly what it says," I replied calmly. "Adjustment. I'm adjusting to reality. You don't want to give affection or connection. Fine. I won't continue giving my time, energy, or money like nothing's changed." Over the following weeks, she cycled through anger, guilt trips, nostalgia, even flattery. I didn't respond emotionally. I simply maintained boundaries. My life, energy, and attention were now mine. And in the quiet aftermath, I realized the truth. Once you reclaim your own energy, the world shifts. My evenings were peaceful, my weekends fulfilling, my finances secure. I was stronger, calmer, and no longer chasing. One evening, a month later, she finally confronted me. "I don't like this version of you," she said. I smiled faintly. "I do." The man she remembered, the one who tried relentlessly, bridged gaps, begged for connection, was gone. In his place stood someone who understood. Respect isn't begged for. It's either freely given or it's not. In the end, he didn't seek revenge or drama. He simply chose himself. This story is a powerful reminder that in any relationship, your energy and attention are your most valuable currency. And sometimes the bravest move is to stop giving them to someone who no longer values them. Remember, respect is either freely given or not at all. Thank you for watching. Every story here is a reflection of real emotions, choices, and consequences. If this story resonated with you, be sure to subscribe, and check back daily for more stories that explore the complexities of human relationships, resilience, and self-respect.